Morning. Welcome to the Muskegon Clipper preseason press conference. I'm Pete Gawkowski, and with us today are Vice President of Operations Ben Davis, our head coach Walt Gawkowski, and our Communications Director Tim Lipan. Briefly, the Clippers are set to begin their fourth season of baseball in Muskegon. This will be our first year in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. We're really excited about the opportunity to be in the Great Lakes League. We worked hard for about 3 years to get us into the league, and here we are. The Clippers will be part of the Northern Division of the 15-team Great Lakes League. In our division will be the Grand River Loggers, the Lake Erie Monarchs, Irish Hills Leprechauns, and the St. Clair Green Giants. We will play a 42-game schedule in June and July, and we open the season on June 6th at Marsh Field versus the Grand River Loggers with a 7:05 start time. Hope to see you all at the game. Thanks for coming, and we can take questions now.
This is for the coach. Well, what does your coaching staff look like this year?
Well, I think one of the great things about our organization is that we've had a lot of stability over the last 4 years in our coaching staff, and very much a local flavor. So with me and assisting me are Brian Wright, who is the longest tenured high school coach in the greater Muskegon area. He's the head coach at Shelby High School. Keith Williams, who is formerly the hitting coach at Muskegon Community College and currently a guidance counselor at Grand Haven High School. And joining our staff this year is our pitching coach, Steve Cutter. And Steve is currently a assistant coach at Spring Lake High School.
Can you tell us about some of your players that you have coming this year?
Well, we've worked real hard since really last October, and much of the credit goes to Pete, of course, and Ben Davis, who's been critical to our organization, and Jim Grevel as well. So we've got a roster right now, I believe, which numbers 28 kids. We're bringing in kids from really across the country, and that number I think is pretty well set at this point in time. We've got kids from universities such as Western Kentucky and St. Louis University, Western Michigan University, Central Michigan University. A number of D1 programs have agreed to send their kids here to Muskegon. One of the nice things about our roster that I really like is we've got a local flavor to it as well. A couple of local players who have been with the Clippers before, Tyler Trovinger, who's a graduate of Mona Shores High School, who I had the pleasure to coach in high school, and currently the starting shortstop at Oakland University, Jacob Bushberger from Montague High School, who is currently on the roster at Davenport University. So we're thrilled to have those guys join us once again. So I think we've got a very, very competitive roster, very athletic team, and we're anxious to get going. It's always a little bit of a leap of faith for us. We haven't seen all of these guys firsthand, but it's also a leap of faith for them. They're coming to a new city with a new coaching staff and living in a strange place for the next 8 weeks. But I think we're very, very optimistic about the quality of young men that we brought to Muskegon. And again, the thanks goes to Pete and to Ben and to Jim for their hard work in assembling this roster.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's a little bit different too when we talk about local flavor and local players is we've kind of expanded our circle of local to include a lot of guys from the Grand Rapids area. We've got Mitch Ashcraft from Ada, Austin Batkus from Grand Rapids, Casey Horges from Kalamazoo, Bryce Kelly from Rockford. So, and it goes on and on, but there's quite a few kids that are in the Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo area that we consider local as well. So, I mean, maybe Ben can add on to that a little bit and talk about some of these guys that are coming from farther distances and the schools and the things that he went through to get them.
I mean, when you look at the roster, it is a fluid thing. It's been a battle to try and make sure that we put out the best roster for competing purposes, to make sure that we are in a situation where we can go and try and win every single ball game that we're out there. That includes having a guy like that pitched last year for the Clippers and Austin Batka coming in from the University of Michigan, a great Big Ten program right now, currently ranked 16th in the country. Bryce Kelly, leadoff man for Michigan State University. He can also pitch out of the bullpen for us, possibly get some starts in. A couple of draft picks, Zach Taglieri coming up from the Citadel, drafted last year in the 38th round. 4-pitch pitcher, throws all 4 for strikes. As a freshman, was able to step out this year and pitch against the University of South Carolina when they were ranked 8th in the nation at the time. And he also threw against the University of Virginia, who was a top 10 program at the time when he got that start. Moving over, we have Wyatt Featherston coming in from Western Kentucky University. Go Tops. He was one of the he was drafted in the 34th round last year by the Colorado Rockies. Played the 2 previous summers before that, and what's called the Colorado Rockies scout team. So he actually traveled pretty much through every state in the Southwest and West Coast to hone his skills. And very fortunate to have a power bat like that. Also, another one that we'll be watching all year long, it'll be a lot of fun to watch, is Peter Zimmerman coming out of St. Louis, University. Big kid, 6'3", 220 pounds, swings the bat a ton, just a really nice swing to him, and a guy that should be a lot of fun for people to come and watch. And houses across the street from Marsh definitely in danger, and that guy swings the baseball bat.
Just building on, what Ben had said about some of those players, just a couple others that I would mention. I mentioned Cameron Bear, who is originally from Columbia, Tennessee, is now at Davenport University here in Grand Rapids. Has been with us now. This is Cameron's third year as a member of our organization, and we're just thrilled to have him back. Got tremendous leadership skills, outstanding defensive catcher, and again a middle of the order hitter. Another young man that we're bringing in from started his college career at Southern Illinois. Last year he spent at DuPage College. Will be transferring to Illinois State as Kyle Pauley, a left-handed pitcher. Kyle is very likely to go in the June Major League Draft, so I'm not sure how long we're going to have him. But nonetheless, you'll get an opportunity most likely to see him throw possibly on opening night. So he's certainly worth watching. So those are just some of the young men. But I do think that this roster has tremendous balance to it. There's a nice mix of speed. We've got some strong middle of the order power guys, some outstanding young pitchers. So we're really excited to get this going and watch these guys perform, and hope people will come out and see them.
So about Marsh Field, what's new down there at the ballpark?
Well, I think for the average fan, you won't notice a lot of difference this year, but we did make some improvements on the field. We, with these teams coming to Muskegon from other parts of the state and from Canada, they'll be bringing rosters of 25 to 30 guys. So our antiquated dugouts at Marsh Field were just not big enough to hold them. So we went through an expansion. We enlarged them. We brought them out about 4 feet and made them wider, and giving the guys a little bit more room to roam around in there. They were built back in probably the 30s or whatever, and they're just teeny. If you're 5'11", you bang your head on the concrete ceiling, so relatively small. We did install a brand new home plate. For those of you that follow Facebook, that was on our Twitter. That was on there last night, I noticed. That's a really exciting change. As far as the fan experience, we're expecting much larger crowds, so we expanded our concession. We're going to have hamburgers this year. We're going to have nachos. We're going to have Dippin' Dots, I guess you call it ice cream, and a few other things. So it should. We're going to have, in our association with Mercy Health, we're going to bring in a healthy option. We're not sure if that's going to be a turkey burger or a turkey hot dog or what it's going to be, but we'll have something for those looking for a healthy alternative. Aside from that, Tim Lipan is here. Tim, I'd like to have you talk a little bit about what we do for those who've never been to a Clipper game, what we do at the games, and how we try to make it good for the fan and fun for the fan to come out.
Yeah, well, thanks, Pete. The baseball is great. You've won 2 championships in a row, I think, right? And However, I have to talk to these baseball purists here a little bit about the fan experience. And what we want to do is make sure that when you come to the ballpark that you get a good quality game, but you also have a great time. And so we've incorporated a lot of different kinds of things in during the game, much like minor league baseball, but maybe even a little more on steroids, because we can get away with stuff that I don't think they'd get away with at the Whitecaps game. We incorporate games between innings for fans and lots of kids' games and things like that, so that's always fun. We do a real good job of incorporating a variety of different music into the whole scheme of things. We have walk-up music for our players, which they enjoy, but I think the fans also enjoy it. And we incorporate music in many other ways too. There's sing-alongs during the games, and we've been surprised how interactive the fans have gotten with some of these things that we've tried to pull off. We have a lot of giveaways, whether it's Subway gift cards or T-shirts or things like that, and it seems to be a fan favorite as well. At the end of the game, we like to have the kids run the bases, kids of all ages, frankly, and get to meet the players and take pictures with them, and so that adds to the experience as well. There's also a party deck that can be rented for groups or others, and that's fun, and we serve adult beverages at the game as well as soft drinks and lots of other concessions. So we believe that when you come to the game, you're going to have a great time, because it's not only about the game on the field, but it's about the experience in the stands. And you ask anybody who's come to a Clipper game, they'll tell you they've had a great time, and that's what brings them back game after game after game. So if you haven't experienced a Clippers game, come on out. Home opener, June 6th, right, guys?
June 6th.
7:05 is the first pitch, and experience a Clippers game.
If I want for some more information on the Clippers, how can I follow them?
All the information of the Clippers is available at MuskegonClippers.com. Well, you'll find the team roster, you'll find all our statistics, which go through point streak, so it's kind of real-time stats. You can actually follow the games in some instances on point streak. We also have a Muskegon Clipper Facebook page and a Twitter page, so the information is out there. Tickets are available. Tickets are available on a walk-up basis at the ballpark too. We've never completely sold out. We'll always jam people in, so there's room for everybody all the time. I want to thank y'all for watching, and hope to see everybody at a Clippers game this summer. Thank you.